Hello guys, and welcome back to another video where today I am going to be ranking the Sims 4 worlds. Now I'm kind of taking a step back from university for a moment because doing university makes me depressed that I can't go to college myself. So I am doing ranking the worlds because I have some opinions about these. This might be a short and sweet video, but I think you guys might prefer that anyway, so the first up is Bridleton Bay, which came in the Cats and Dogs expansion. Now, this was a good expansion. It wasn't awful, it wasn't bad, and the world wasn't awful. I don't hate it. I think it's just kind of average. Like, there's some good bits, there's some that I would change, but overall, it is not awful at all. So I think it's going to go in pretty okay. It might change, but I'm pretty sure it ends up in pretty okay. Now next is Diesel Valley, which came in Get Famous. It's not that great because there are so many different places of where you can live that contrast each other so much, and there isn't a lot to do there really. I think there's a bar and that's pretty much it, but I'm pretty sure you can't go in the bar unless you are a famous person above a certain point. So I'm gonna go it's fine. I don't live there unless I'm doing the Get Famous Let's Play, which I might do. Let me know if you want to see that, because I do actually have a personal Get Famous, but I'm also gonna start a new one for you guys. The next is the one that came with vampires. Now we all know my opinion of vampires. I don't like vampires, but it is the outside is a very pretty world. It's very beautiful and great. There's not many places for you to build or be. Like, I guess the whole point is that it's secluded and you don't want to be with other people. But when you're playing as a vampire, you need to drink other people's blood. So there is no one around you to drink the blood of. You have to go to another world to do that. Which I guess is better, so no one will hate you. But I don't think it's rubbish, because it is very beautiful, but there's not many places for you to build. So I think I'm just going to put it in fine, which makes Diesel Valley pretty okay, which makes that great. You know how things just end up going up just because something is coming there. Now the next is Bridechester, which came in university. This is not the right photo for it, but I couldn't find the photo for it. But everything else is the right one, I think. Now, Bridechester, I've seen a lot of Bridechester recently, so I know that it's just the two universities where you can go back and forth. Now, if you are not playing the university pack, you could not visit the universities, I'm pretty sure. But you can go and visit, I'm pretty sure you can visit the libraries or something. You can do something there, I know that. But unless you're playing the expansion, you don't have any business there. So when you're playing the expansion, it's great. But when you're not doing anything in it, it's kind of useless. So I'm just going to put it in pretty okay as that middle ground, because I have seen a lot of it lately. So that's the only one I know that I have a strong opinion of. Now the next is Magnolia Promenade from Get to Work. I think this is the most suburban thing ever. And that's not a bad thing. I think that's a great thing. So I think this should go in great, because the houses are pretty good by EA standards. It is a pretty good house build layout. There's a good amount of lots where you can do what you want, or you can transform one of the EA's builds. And I just like it. I think it's a pretty good build. It's a good place. I have no bad opinions of it. It's there, but it's not quite got to. It's scraping off a few bits. I think it needs more bars and life there, but that's the whole point of it. The whole point of it is to be suburban, which I get. Now next is Newcrest, which is off base game, which is a completely empty place for you to build upon. I don't use this. I probably should, but I do not. So this is going to go in fine because I know other people have great uses out of it. They build their, whatever they do, quite often YouTubers actually build their build videos on them, or they do other things. I don't use it. I use a different lot because I don't like the lot sizes on it. I think they're quite awkward. So I'm going to move it up to pretty okay because I know other people that love Newcrest because it has so much space for doing whatever you want and you can't moan at EA for its crap builds. Now the next is Oasis Springs, which is a base game again, and I actually do sometimes build houses in this place because I like the desert effect, but I don't think it's great and I don't think it's pretty okay. I think it is just fine, but I don't hate it. I do like it more than vampires, but not more than not enough. Don't like it more than vampires enough for it to go up one, if that made any sense whatsoever. The next is City Living, which is San Minichino. I'm sorry if I did not pronounce that right. San Minichino is introduced apartments, which are my favourite feature of the game completely, so that's already made it pretty okay. And it's got quite a few bars, and which are pretty good, and a few other things. So I'm borderlining it to God tier. I know there's a few things they need to change in it, like the apartments are utter crap, but you can change them. You can do what you want with them. You can build upon them. Also, you can't move the windows of the integral structure, which is a little bit of a downfall, but I think it's better than these two, so it has to be God tier. And I am a big old sucker for City Living. If anyone ever asks me what pack you should get, it is always going to be City Living. And it is pretty cool world because there is basketball courts and all of that other stuff and festivals everywhere. So I think it deserves to be in that spot. Now next is Strangerville. Oh, Strangerville. You are a thing that exists. I don't like Strangerville. I don't play Strangerville. There's not many places to build upon Strangerville. I think it remains there. I'm never going to do the Strangerville mystery. I don't even know where to begin with it, so that's not going to happen with me. Now next is Realm of Magic. No, it's not. Next is Willow Creek. I have a list next to me. Next is Willow Creek, where I don't hate it. Actually, out of all of the base game ones, it is the best. So I might place it here because I think it is better than the New Crest, but EA's builds aren't that great in it. So I think it's just going to go in pretty okay because as the base game goes and that's where you have to live, you can live with it. It has pretty good sizes. It's there. It's good. Now next is Realm of Magic, Glimmerbrook. This has many pros and many, many cons. It is a very, very pretty world where you can do things in it. Not many build spaces, which I'm seeing a theme of these game packs. In the game pack ones, there isn't as many places to build upon because the whole point is the story, not the world itself. But I wish these game pack worlds were more hearty and more places for you to live. And I wish apartments have been in more than 2 worlds. But as going forward, I'm hoping they will. But Glimmerbrook is very, very beautiful. So I think it does have some pretty good houses there. Like, they don't suck the most. So I think I'm going to put it in great because it is great, it's beautiful, and there is things to do there. Now the next one, Sulani, Island Living, which I've lived here and you can do things here, but there isn't a ton to do. There is barely anything to do there. Often if I'm living on Sulani, there is only like kind of a beach and a bar there, and that's pretty much it. So I'm going to put it in fine. I want it to be higher, but it's not. I want EA to actually kind of do an update where they update their worlds and make them a little bit better than what they are. And the final one is Evergreen Harbour, which is from Eco Lifestyle, which I haven't got the photo on here, but I'm going to use one of these. Just imagine it's there because effort. And Eco Lifestyle did reintroduce the apartments, which are pretty good, and they're a better size than what Solani is. I think it's not Solani. That's Island Living. Samashino ones are they're big, so they're kind of more luxury apartments, and I think the Evergreen ones, well, the whole point of them is to be affordable. So they are very affordable, cheap flats. Like if you're a university student straight out, this is where you would go. So I think this is going to go in the... they did do a really good drip on the world, so I think they're going to go in God tier. Hint, EA, the two things in God tier are the ones with apartments. But yeah, this is my final listing. This is candid. Come and list your favourite ones in the comments below. I can't wait to read them. As long as you're not mean about it, then I can't wait. And until next Wednesday, I shall see you next time.